of the movement toward peace, toward nonviolence, and showing people that we have a lot of different shoulders to stand on in this day and age. First, excuse me, this is probably, hello? Honey, I'm on meeting, sorry. Hi. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. First, the people who came to different shores, different places, singly on their own, trying to get away from oppression, trying to get away from violence, trying to find a new life in peace. And that in the composer's language was his grandfather, who came by himself looking for a very, somebody has a mic on?
I'll turn it off. Me.
That was the first group. The second group is Gandhi. And that is a whole group of people rallying around one person. One person led them. And the new technique that was used here with nonviolent return for violence was incredibly effective, both in South Africa and then later in India. It was an enormous jump. So you go from a bunch of individuals all alone making the journey to try to find a new life of nonviolence, of harmony, of peace, to a movement, to a leader bringing a large group around him, one after the other, and together they were able to move mountains. That's the succession for the first two. The third one stood on Gandhi's shoulders with Martin Luther King, using the same technique of a central person, but since it was already known and not revolutionary, they could do it much more deeply, much more extensively, with much more knowledge and much more investment. And so it went further. And the final section is John Lennon calling on people all over the world to join together to create a world without violence, a world of peace. So with all these people, all these figures, one after the other, you can see that the strength and inspiration and depth of understanding and extensiveness of connection in developing this desire for peace has grown and grown and grown. And then here we stand now. So this is a message of hope, and it's a message of challenge to people. You have seen what has been done, one after the other. Now it's our turn. Okay? So that's the nature of this piece. Tonight, we're just going over the first two sections one more time. And next week, we will only rehearse the third and fourth section. Then we'll go into rehearsing and recording for the video. Any questions about any of that?
So you're not recording tonight?
I am recording, but I'm recording for the purpose of you being able to use it to look at yourself. There may indeed be pieces of the recording that I will use, but that's not the purpose of tonight. We're not there yet.
Okay.
All right?
Sure.
Okay, so everybody please turn your microphone off.
Which lights should we be wearing?
You should be wearing the blue lights for the first section. The first section is only blue light, and not too much of it, because you're going to be coming from a distance forward. You're alone, making a journey in order to achieve ahimsa, peace, a life that is more desirable. So if you can either get back from the camera.
I did catch.
Pardon?
Sorry, Marilyn, I got the camera working on one computer, but the audio wasn't, so I just joined the audio again. So
okay.
I did hear about the blue lights just for this piece, right?
For this section of the piece, yeah, it's blue lights.
Okay, great. Thanks. I'll catch up with the rest.
Well, you've been here, so you were already cognizant. All right. So the cues here are this. And I'm getting feedback, and I think that must be from someone's microphone. Ed, there you go. Okay, looks like we're okay. You're coming from a distance, and that happens just for about half a minute, all the group. And then I will record you one at a time, and then I'll edit that together when we're actually doing it. So we're emphasizing the solitude, the courage of making this step all alone, and the desire for peace. You'll have about 12 to 20 seconds each as a solo, but it will take longer because I'm going to have to turn it off and on for this. You understand? So I will first record you coming together from your long distance, then we'll stop it, and I'll do individual recordings this time. Each one of you. So you might think about the kind of journey you personally would have taken, where you would have come from and what you would need where you were going, and the courage it took to cut your normal connections and jump off a cliff and go somewhere else, basically. All right? So let's do just the very beginning part, the half minute where everybody is coming from a distance and you have no connection to each other. You don't even know one another exists. You're doing this all alone. Here we go. Okay, that is the whole beginning, where you're coming from a distance and you're coming on this courageous journey. Let's do that one more time. Here we go. Good, good. That's really, really good. All right, at that point, when we're recording it, I will record you individually and I'll ask you individually to do your solo. So let's do that now. Would you all turn your cameras off? Except Wendy. Wendy, leave yours on. You'll do the first one. Sorry, lining this up is not the easiest thing. There we go. Good. Okay, could I have Charles? Ready? Charles, your dance is great, but you're appearing on the screen with a broken image. Can you see that? Something's wrong. It must be in the camera.
I'm wondering why I can't see Charles. I saw Wendy, but Charles never appeared on my screen.
He's appearing on mine, but the image is all puzzled.
Have you got a blurred background?
Yeah.
Because it will get rid of you.
Can you unblur your background, Charles? But your mic's off, so I can't hear what you're saying.
Let's see. Okay, let me see how to oh yeah, I see. Let me unblur. Blur my background. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Is that better?
Yeah. I mean, it was great not having a background, but it was really nice to see you. I'm still getting some.
Looks like the camera, maybe not so much the blur.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is this the same camera you usually use?
Looks like it's dirty. Does the camera get fuzzy on it?
No, it's
Could be something like simple.
It's my computer. Yeah.
Yeah, but it could be, there could be some, maybe something got on the camera.
No, it's because it's not localized in one place. It moves around. It's not dirt. It's a signal.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody know why Charles appears and then all of a sudden disappears? So I don't see him anymore.
Mine. It's got to be your computer, Marlene.
Yeah, because I'm seeing him consistently.
Me too. Are you on an iPad?
I know.
Yeah, but
computer.
it never happened before. Now he's there. Now he's there. So
I'll stay closer to the computer then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably a good idea. You might want to turn your mic off too so that we don't pick up ambient sound. Okay, now you can dance. Sorry. Good. Okay, Debbie. Ready? Good. Ed? Okay. Okay. Elizabeth? There we go. Good. Very good. Marlene? Elizabeth, yeah, good. Can you turn yours off? There we are. Ready? Good. Okay, can I have Nancy? Nancy, can you turn yours on? Yeah, Kathy, you want to turn your camera off for the moment?
Camera's on.
Not. I'm not getting you.
Not seeing your camera on, Nancy. Your speaker's on, but not your camera.
Oh, I just turned it on. Hold on.
There.
Oh, okay. Got it?
No, we've got Kathy on. Kathy, would you turn your camera off?
My camera's on now.
Your camera's on now. We got you. Okay, but please turn your microphone off. I'm sorry. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Now, Kathy, can we have you?
I'm sorry I couldn't get on the call. I missed all of your intro. What's happening?
You've been here and you know, I just recapped what we were doing and what the themes were.
And in this moment, are you doing individual signature?
What we're
things?
doing is the first part, everybody started their journey and now I'm letting them feel how it will be when I have to record each person singly for this first journey. We'll have a lot of time, but you've gone blurred. There we go. You went blurred there for a moment.
Oh, I think I can sorry, I think I can change that. No, I can't. Okay.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine. Just turn your mic off.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. You're making your own personal journey alone. Good. Okay. There was still some breaking up of the image. When you look at the recording, have a peek at that, okay?
I'll have to figure out how to unblur on the phone. Sorry.
Okay. All right, you can turn yours off. And Pat Fisher, would you turn yours on, please? Okay. Pat, your own personal journey for peace. Good. Okay. Pat, other Pat, could you turn yours on? Here we go. And I'm going to start it again because we've gone into the other section. Here you go. Yes, thank you. Can we have Sheila? Okay, your personal journey alone. Really nice, thank you. And Terry? Ready? Terry, I know that you were thinking of what Jessica did a couple of times ago and sort of painting yourself, but it's too spare. We can't really make you out. I think if you use the lights a little bit more toward your face, we might be able to do that. Try that again, okay? Okay, that may be still a little too abstract. If you could get partial light on when you play with it between now and next week, that would work. I know you want a very low light, but you've got to be able to see the human being there. Okay, would everybody come back, please? Okay, so how that will work in the real world when we're doing it for the projection is I will give you a little more time each time. And when I edit it together, there will be some overlap. But what we're doing is starting with your joint decision to make this journey, even though you don't know each other, and then going into your individual journeys. And we'll come back together at the very end to do the asana, which is like this. Yeah. So that will sound like this. And you won't have to worry about cues because I'll be able to give you the cues. You don't have to think about when does the asana start. But I do. So let me find that for you and show you how that will play out. Is it 417? Okay, you will have all done your individual dances now, and you'll all be on the screen together to do this final thing. And you can do it a little slowly, okay? Here. You're making the lotus asana, holding it in front of your heart. Want to do that again? I just want you to feel the timing. You have more time to do it in this section than you will in the later ones. Okay, so you've just appeared all together. You're still moving on the camera, and then you go into this. Yeah, better. All right, we'll be practicing it several more times, but what I would like is that it comes to rest at the end of that. Do you have any questions about that? I know it's jerky having to turn your camera off and on, but I don't know how else to express this single one by one journey alone as a contrast to this next part where everyone is together. Now, who has a mic on? Anybody? Sounds like someone does. No, don't see it. Okay, just the gremlins again. The second one is the one for Gandhi. And the very first part of it, Dane will dance as Gandhi. He will be alone on one of the two screens. And then one by one, you guys will come as Gandhi's followers, and you will continue the dance until the screens are full on both sides. I was hoping to do some kind of editing thing with it, but I think we're going to have to do it the same way we did with creation, those of you who danced that. Remember when we each turned on your cameras at random almost? Okay, it doesn't matter if you turn your camera on too late because we'll all be dancing together after the individual appearances. But just to let you know, you have almost 3 minutes between the time Gandhi's dance alone finishes and the time you're all dancing together, right? So just come in when it feels right to you. Keep an eye on
Red
this.
light, red lights.
Red and blue. Red and blue. You're pooling your light color. Remember?
Okay, for this one, for Gandhi. Okay.
Right. So in order to do that, if you haven't done it before, you usually have to shoot it at something, which might be you, it might be the wall behind you and so on. But to get the two colors to blend, go ahead and try it. Go ahead and try to make purple with red and blue, and it will shift. And it takes a little fooling around. Debbie, that's perfect. Yeah. Yep. Yep, it's fine. Pat has it separated and then together, and that's beautiful. So take a look at what you look like on the screen and then try to achieve violet or purple. Yep, Sheila, yes. Yes, Ed. Yes, Nancy. Fool around with it for a moment because this is difficult because the cameras are a factor in it. Elizabeth, I think the only reason you have problems with this is that your camera is too good and it won't blur the colors. So you'll just have to dance with it as red and blue and let it go as it will. But I see the detail on your cameras and I don't think you're going to be able to get it to merge. Your camera's just too excellent. Okay, So when it starts, we have, I'm just trying to make sure I do this right. We have about 3/4 of a minute in which Dane dances solo as Gandhi. And then I will tell you start, and you can join as it feels good, but don't wait until the thing's half over to do it, all right? Let me get it lined up. Okay, it'll be a second. This will be the end of the one you just did, and then we'll go into the beginning of this one. Everybody ready? You would actually have your cameras off now because Dane would be dancing this first part solo. Okay, here we go. This was the beginning. Now, one by one, you can come to join Gandhi. Good. So you're dancing the civil disobedience, the ability to make things change by not reacting with violence. And you're joining together to do it. Nice. Okay. You have almost 3 minutes to make your entrance. You have time. You can come a little bit later. But the other thing I want to impress on you is how incredibly important this stage is. Everything we've done in the last 50 years has been an echo of this. We found that there was a way, without being violent and without retaliating, of changing things, of forcing the change you want. And so it isn't revolutionary now to do this, but to have a bunch of people doing it together. I mean, Henry David Thoreau is credited with coining the term civil disobedience, and he did it alone. He refused to pay his taxes because of slavery and because of the war with Mexico. He didn't want his tax money going there, so he was jailed for that. But when Gandhi came along and was able to gather thousands of people to do this together, the power of this was enormous, enormous. And we know it to this day. We expect to have a peaceful group demonstration, a refusal to give in. Gandhi fasted for days and days with his followers to achieve what he wanted. He walked 250,000 people to the sea to change the British salt tax. The Indians were not allowed to make their own salt. The kinds of things that he changed, we are doing again today. But at that time, it was unheard of. It was extraordinary. It was so revolutionary that it left people standing in their tracks. The people with power lost their power, and they would not strike back. And to get thousands of people to agree to accept abuse, violence, and even death without striking back is so huge. So you need to think about why you would have followed Gandhi, why you would have risked in the way we do if we follow someone of this kind. So that when you come in, you're coming in with this. Maybe it was because of Gandhi's spiritual personality. Maybe it's because you have nothing left to lose. Think about where you would be standing up and defying the British Empire without violence, yet knowing that violence was coming to you. Okay, let's do it again. It's good. It can get more and more good. This is such a powerful moment in the piece. Okay, this will be Gandhi alone. Everybody's lights or cameras should be off. Now, Dane will continue dancing and you will join him one by one. Still have 2 minutes. Good. Good. There'll be 2 screens full of dancers from the 2 groups. Good. The risks you're taking, and yet you're joined together. It makes it so much easier. That's good. Still have another minute. Okay, now it's going into the full dance together. You should have tremendous strength now. It doesn't mean go faster. It means be extremely strong in your slow movement. And the fact that you're joined together This is very good. Together you can conquer anything. Now you start to go into the lotus mudra. Your hands come together, heels together, little finger and thumb together, and you open the flower. That's it. Okay, I'd like to do that one more time. That really, really started to cook. When you're coming in as individuals, you're coming as individuals and then you become a part of the group, and you should be able to feel that. And then when we go into the full mode, all of you will be dancing together on both screens, and I may even double it up to show how many people are now with Gandhi and how overwhelming it is. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Everybody turn your screens off. Okay, Dana's going to dance now. Now, one by one, take your time. You've got almost 3 minutes to appear. Good. Still got more than 2 minutes. Beautiful. Still got 2 minutes. Take it slow. Good. Still another minute. Each of you is joining this movement one by one. Every one of you is risking everything, but you're risking it together. And you believe. Good. It's building up to the point where you're going to express the tremendous power you're generating together. Now, full strength. And what you have accomplished. You've achieved independence. You've achieved recognition for some of the poorest. And now we begin to build the lotus. Beautiful. Really nice. But I would ask you all to do the lotus at the end. Don't go into something else, so that we have one gesture, all of us together. Really, really, really strong, that one. I think this is going to work very well when we project it. Questions, problems, something you want to talk about? Something you want to do again? Okay. I think we could stretch out the entrances a little bit more, so that they're not so much all at the beginning. 3 minutes is a very long time. It doesn't sound like it, but remember, that's 3 of the Advent calendar dances hooked together. You have quite a lot of time. And to give each person a chance to appear, that's going to be beautiful on these big screens that flank the altar at St.
I don't know if it would work, Marilyn, but in one of the pieces we do, the exit piece, it's a similar thing. There's people come in one at a time. And we number off at the beginning. So we know what number we're coming in at. And we give ourselves that kind of, it's almost like an interesting phenomena to know that you're number 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. It's something we might try just for fun to see.
Yeah, the only problem with that, Wendy, is we have a fluctuating population.
No, I understand. But if we were on one night and we know like there's 3, 6, 9, 12 tonight, and we number off when we're doing it one night, it'd be interesting to see how that works.
It would. We'll do that the week after next when we're actually getting ready to, it's a good idea, because then you get an idea of the rhythm of the appearances. Yeah.
And it's an interesting personal experience when you know what your number is. I've been doing this exit piece, which one day we'll do that together, but there's something quite interesting in that.
Yeah, that's great. And it gives you a structure rather than winging it.
That too.
We had more, my usual refrain, if we had more time, we would la 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 la. Really good. I encourage you to play with your lights.
Yeah.
You're starting to discover things with that, and it would be great if you could cultivate that a little bit on your own, so that next time we're going to exclusively do Martin Luther King and John Lennon at both of the rehearsals. And then we'll bring everything together the following week.
Marilyn?
Yes, ma'am.
Marilyn, some of us don't get to see all of us when I have a smaller screen. I was going to use my desktop because I can see everybody. So I can't tell who's coming in if I'm coming in at the same time, because I don't see everybody, just so you know.
Yeah.
So maybe the counting thing might be good when you can tell us how many people are joining.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll do that.
That might help me.
Do that. Yeah. I hadn't thought of that, Terry. I'm glad you thought that.
See this, I found if you rubber band the red and blue together, it makes a really nice purple.
Ah. Good.
Well, that's
Oh.
very nice. So you use the finger
And
elastic
how do you put it on?
to join the.
I just held it in my hand like that.
Oh.
How did you do that? How did you do that?
I just wrapped the rubber
Just put it
band.
together.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah.
But you were starting to say something, Marilyn, about my camera. Why you think maybe I wasn't able to get that same effect?
I think it's because your camera is too good and it's separating the colors even when you're trying to mush them together. Any other ideas or questions or things? See, it still separates them on hers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on my iPad now. Maybe I'll try my computer.
Good. Yeah, do that.
Try different things.
Okay. Any other questions? Issues? It's really, really, I mean, this last 15 minutes was really outstanding. It was good before, but we were feeling our way. In the last 15 minutes, I really felt the power from you. And that's wonderful. I hope that the technical issues of having to cut you in on the first one don't destroy your investment. If you can hold on to the story for yourself, it'll all come together beautifully. And we've done that before. So I think it will all work. I think it's going to be very, very nice. And I know Marika was at the last couple of rehearsals and she was really excited. So wonderful work, folks. You are really, really brilliant. I can turn you loose on anything. You know, really. And you do astonishing things.
And just a shout out, Marilyn, today is the Sacred Dance Guild's 65th birthday.
Oh,
Yay, happy birthday.
Yeah, imagine it, 65 years ago.
Aquarian.
Yeah. That too.